And here we go. Welcome everybody to this 5th episode of your hero story. Let me know if you can hear me, because you never know with tech. So welcome to your hero story, a mini-series where coaches, consultants, trainers, online service providers, and other onlinepreneurs share their story about how tragedy shook their lives and how they managed to recover and heroically succeed against all odds and continue running their business or even rebuild it from scratch. I'm your host, 𝘩𝘢𝘷𝘦. I am a digital systems and processes strategist, and I help online business owners structure and automate their business processes by offering support and guidance on the tools and tech that will help them thrive and grow in the online space. So I have made it my mission to inform and educate as many online business owners as possible about the importance of having a business backup plan in place in case tragedy strikes and they are unable to work for a longer period of time, so that their business and income may continue in their unexpected absence. And that, my dear friends, is the purpose of this mini-series, to bring you the hero story of online business owners like you and me and how they overcame the hurdles of a tragic life event. But before I introduce today's guest, you know the drill. Let me know if you're watching live. Type #live in the chat box so we can say hi and send you some love. And if you're watching this on replay, let me know too. Type #replay in the comment section so that we can love you and engage with you later. So let me just check that we are, because, oops. Let me know. There we go. Okay. Audio is good. I'm just checking if there are any messages coming in here. Okay, so a worthy introduction of today's guest would almost take me a full hour. This woman has so many accomplishments under her belt. It is almost impossible to sum it up in 1 minute. So you can tell I'm nervous. So nevertheless, here I go. So Dr. Marife Mendez is what I like to call a serialpreneur. She's a digital marketing creator, public speaker, an Amazon bestseller author, and accomplished senior marketing communications professional with over 25 years of experience. She is the founder and CEO of Next Step Marketing, which is an innovative team of marketing professionals based in her native town, San Juan in Puerto Rico. She is also founder and CEO of her new venture, Dr. M, Digital Marketing Services in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But she is also passionate about digital marketing, diversity, social media, and public speaking. She has a special gift for connecting with her audience through inspirational speeches like Why Women Need to Boss Up, which is totally interesting. I'm going to be asking her about that. And Soul Rebel, about trauma and life after breast cancer. She has also co-authored in Women Who Boss Up in Health, Wellness, and Lifestyle, and Breaking the Glass Ceiling, Influential Women in Business. Wow, my mind is blown. Send me a mind blown emoji if yours is blown too. So both books were an incredible success and reached Amazon bestseller status. In addition, we're not done yet. She is also an independent certified coach, teacher, trainer, and speaker with the John Maxwell team, and an active member of Toastmasters Club in Hollywood Beach, Florida. Dr. M, as we like to call her, has over 27 years of experience in academia and is currently teaching at Miami-Dade College Business School. Whew. I'm out of breath. This is so much more. There is so much more to say about this amazing woman, but I think you now have a picture of who we're dealing with today. So, without further ado, let me put the spotlight on her. So, send all your emojis right now and please help me welcome this superwoman and dear friend, Dr. Marife Mendez. Yay! There we go.
Standing ovation.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
Welcome, Marife. Welcome. Let me just quickly acknowledge our viewers here. We have Ritzel say, yo, 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 Dr. Rim. Welcome, Ritz. Thanks for tuning in. Y bienvenida. Thank you so much, Marife, for coming to my show. I must admit, I was really, really looking forward to having you under my spotlight. So,
yay.
Wow. I must say that's quite a bio you've got there, amiga. I mean, you have achieved so much so fast because you're. I mean, you're so young still. We're young. So if I
Yes.
didn't know better, if I didn't know this was your bio, I would have thought it's a 70 or 80-year-old woman that has accomplished all this. I mean, will you be stopping anytime soon with your achievements, or what's next on your list? Tell us a little bit.
Wow, what a great question. I am not planning to stop. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
For me, it's important to have a new challenge, something that gets you motivated. And right now, I am actually working on promoting a third book that came out that I collaborated, and we're doing a book tour. And next month in October, I'm going to be in Las Vegas with some of the Las Vegas, Nevada, with some of the ladies that collaborated in the book. And we're going to be talking about the book, promoting it, and I'm excited about that. It's called Voz Latinas. So this is a collection of all Latinas, which
Wow.
made me, yeah, very happy to participate, because obviously it's about us,
Yes.
including you, right? And
Uh-huh.
it's very nice. It basically talks about the stories of many different people in different areas and how we have been able to move forward.
That's awesome. I love the that you're focusing on Latinas because I think at least well Latinas and Black women are still have so much to fight for, to accomplish. I mean, we have pay gap, we have all the adversities. I don't want to say white women have it easier, but Latinas and Black women do have more obstacles in their way. So I love that you're doing this new book, this new project focused on Latinas. Is there any special topic the book focuses on, or are there more several topics in the book, or what is your part about in the book?
Right. In this particular book, I decided that I wanted to share my story from a different perspective. The collaboration that I have done in previous books has been more focused on the entrepreneurship. And although this one, of course, I mean, if I'm going to talk about my life, I have to talk about entrepreneurship, because as you
Mhm.
already know, I started with my own business when I was 12, and when I was 13, I was teaching in college, right?
Wow.
No, I'm just I'm just kidding because of the
Oh,
age,
okay,
right?
okay. Then you got me there. You
No, no,
got
no.
me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but what I'm saying is that in this book, I decided to tell my story from, I guess, I open up and share very different aspects that I hadn't shared before. And I talk about trauma in life, and
Mhm.
how dealing with unexpected situations has affected me all my life. Since I was a kid, I was forced to adapt, and I guess that in a certain way, it became a skill for me.
Okay. Yeah, you're a survivor. I mean, we're going to talk more about that, but tell us what was your first business and when did you start it? I think it was a brick and mortar, right?
Yes, I when I graduated from graduate school, I went back to Puerto Rico. I did my graduate studies in here in Florida, and when I went back to Puerto Rico, I was very excited about my master's, because it was something that was very at the moment pioneering. And talking about marketing communications in the 1990s was really something very innovative, because it was
Innovative. Mhm.
yes. And I got together with a friend of mine from high school that was already doing something similar. And the two of us got together and we established what was my first brick and mortar, which was a society between my best friend in high school and I. And it was a promotion agency. We basically were providing talent for different clients to do events, sampling, and we worked together for about 4 years before we both realized that we had grown in the industry with different interests. And so we decided to go different ways, and she continued to work on that specific aspect. And I expanded my services into providing more marketing services, more advertising, and other services that before we were not offering in that first brick and mortar. The name was Step Ahead.
Step ahead. Okay.
And from
And
Step Ahead, I moved into Next Step.
next step. Okay, I was about to ask you how well later how you came up with that name, but thank you for clarifying that. So your is it an agency? What you have in San Juan? Next Step Marketing, is that a brick and
Yes.
mortar agency? Okay, so we know we briefly talked about we had or you had the hurricane in 2019 in Puerto Rico. So
Hmm.
what happened there? What happened to your business? Where were you?
Right. It's one of those situations that we had to basically reinvent everything. Eh, First of all, let me tell you that my office, we were without power for 7 months. So go figure,
Wow,
7 months. And the first
crazy.
like few weeks, for us to be able to communicate with our clients, we basically were given a little space in the offices of one of our biggest clients, which is a federal credit union, and they, because the government gives priority to financial institutions, hospitals, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got power before the majority of the
Everybody else.
people. So we were working remotely from their office. So look at that. That was amazing, because first of all, we have built up that relationship, and it was about helping everybody. And it was a long period that there was nothing to do but to build up, help rebuild Puerto Rico, and our clients were basically paying us to deliver goods to different parts of the island. And we were delivering free water, free meals. Everybody reinvented themselves.
Yeah.
One of
Wow.
my clients, for example, it's a big distributor of wine and spirits, and they are the distributors of one of the most popular beers in Puerto Rico. And basically, they sent us to different businesses, small businesses, very modest, barritas, as we say in Puerto Rico. I don't know how, little bars. And we were giving them for free power generators with
Wow.
ice and cases of beer for them to start right away, and generating money. And
Wow, that's great.
it was a very beautiful time. We remember it as very tough, but it was a time for everybody to reinvent. And
Mm-hmm.
so we ended up providing services completely different to
Uh-huh.
what we were doing. Like we usually don't get hired to do that, but that's
Mm-hmm.
what we did. And it's one of the examples of how, when adversity comes, you just have to have a good
Yeah,
relationship so that you can reinvent and be able to sell something.
absolutely. So would you say that I'm just trying to chronologically put this in order, because you started an online business um, because that happened, or were you already having, I mean, of course, marketing, probably you do a lot of online back then, but you now have this project, Dr. M. Did it come from that situation with the tragedy, the hurricane and everything? Was,
Yes,
yeah,
we
okay.
noticed one of the core services that we provide. It's what is called sales promotions, that involves sampling, special events. We coordinate happy hours and stuff like that. Especially when, unfortunately, what I'm trying to say, let me back up a little bit. Puerto Rico has suffered, where my business is, so many these natural disasters that we haven't been able to control, right? Like the
Mm,
hurricane, and then we have COVID, and that force us to rethink of other ways that we could get in contact with the consumers without being face to face in a specific environment. And the best alternative was online. And that's the moment where influencer marketing started to get more and more popularity,
mhm,
because marketers realized that is a very effective strategy that is helping them promote their products in a different way to what we were used to. So to answer your question in a certain way, yes, we were already doing certain things, but it, I guess it forced us to concentrate on that particular strategy, which was another strategy for us before. Now it's kind of the strategy.
Okay. Well, I love it that you specialize in influential marketing. I mean, I never heard of that concept before I met you, but I also loved that when I asked you what do you sell, your answer was ilusiones de grandeza, which translates into what, illusions of greatness. I love this. But please elaborate more on that. What do you mean by that?
Oh my God. Oh my God. The things I say and then I have to explain.
Oh, sorry. Was that after the 2 glasses of wine?
Well, I always say that because in marketing, basically, you can if you're a good seller, you can sell ice cream in the middle of snowstorm, you know, and people will buy it, but you have to be able to sell it. And so
Mm,
that's why I say, I sell illusions, because after all, it's based on the end result, that you're expecting. And that's why I say it that way. Because if you feel that you have accomplished that relationship, with the product or service, then you succeeded.
yeah, I
That's
agree.
that's my
But
perspective.
I love it. Okay. Right. Okay. So, Marife, you're not just a hero concerning how you manage to rebuild, reinvent your business from the ground up, and not only your business but yourself as well. But you're also a survivor, not because of the hurricane, but I know your origin story, as we like to call it, includes depression, sexual abuse, and which is terrible and tragic. And I don't know if you want to go, how much you want to go into that, but basically, and not to discredit those devastating life experiences, not at all. But what really interests us and what we'd like to hear more about is, when you got diagnosed with breast cancer. Can you tell us at what point of your life and entrepreneurship were you when you were diagnosed? Would you like to
Right.
tell us about that?
Yes. Well, I am actually celebrating in this month 8 years of being diagnosed, but at the same time, my surgery was relatively fast. So that meant that I was cancer free.
Okay, hold
In
on.
a
Let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate.
Yes,
Yay, so
yes, I'm
happy for you.
celebrating 8 years.
8 years. Wow.
Yes, technically they say that you're in remission after 5 years and a half, which obviously I have passed. But yeah, and I feel great. I don't even think about it anymore.
That's
Uh,
great.
and I was 46, I believe. Yes, 46. My business was in its probably in its highest moment in terms of momentum.
Mhm.
The business was generating. I mean, we were billing over 7 figures, and we were really going strong. And then I get the news, and to tell you the truth, I was more concerned about how I was going to be able to take care of the business and my employees than of my own process.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a business owner, well, if you are a business owner like I am, I rather pay my employees and not get paid myself if that was the case. So what I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to say is that it affected me in different ways, my diagnosis, because it didn't only put me in a spot that I was concerned about my health, but also I was concerned about the health of the business
Mm-hmm.
without me being there. And I needed time to obviously slow down, to reflect, to heal,
Mm-hmm.
and to a certain degree, it was a dark moment because of that
Of course.
pressure, that level of anxiety. But
Mm-hmm.
I was able to, I guess, in my sickness, I the attitude that you have is the most important thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
never, Miriam, I'm telling you, and I always say this, and to me, this is key to me making progress to feel better and get healthy, was the fact that I never questioned why me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, many people is
Interesting.
like, you
Why
are
me?
diagnosed with cancer, and the first thing I'm telling you, many people that I talk to, the first thing that comes to their mind is why me. And I never asked that because I accepted it the minute that the doctor said that was my diagnosis, because
Wow.
I said to myself right away, I got this. I got this. Like, okay. And yes, of course, that doesn't mean that I didn't question myself, like, am I going to survive or not? But for the vast majority of the time, I really had a very positive attitude, and that helped me a lot in the recovery stage, which is the ugliest part.
Is it? Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing, and it takes a lot of mindset and working on yourself, right? Guys, give us some hearts. Is this a woman amazing or what? I mean, just to give our let me quickly acknowledge Monica. Hi, Monica. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Just to give our viewers a bit of context, guys, Marife and I met at an online training. We did, there's the hearts. Thank you. So, at an online training we did a couple of months ago. During that training, I was in the midst of creating my business backup blueprint framework, which was initially intended to be just a simple downloadable workbook. I gave a copy to everyone in the group, and I remember you, Marife, saying to me, I wish I would have had this back then when I was diagnosed with cancer. And
Yes, ma'am.
you you were actually one of the people who encouraged and inspired me to make my business back up bigger and to bring it out into the world with bells and whistles. So
It's
since
super important what you're doing.
abs- thank you, thank you. And since you didn't have your or my backup plan back then, how did you manage to create your own and keep your business running despite your devastating diagnosis?
Your plan, the your how do you call it, an ebook or your
Yeah,
booklet
no, yeah.
for your plan,
Mm-hmm.
your backup plan is very thorough. Obviously, I did kind of a draft it's like I Google what were the most important aspects that I needed to put together and obviously the first thing was a will.
Mm,
Also, I thought about what's going to happen if I'm sick and I cannot sit in the computer to make transfers,
mhm.
financial transfers, that I may not feel comfortable giving one of my employees that
Yeah,
authority, that
delegating.
power.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And so I thought about that, and I made like a list of the different accounts with passwords. I had to be creative. Some of
Mhm.
the things I was able to find on my own, but I had to do the homework, and it took me time. And I
Mhm.
didn't find something like you have, that it's everything that you can think of. And like I said, I wish I had it. It would have saved me so much time.
Yes.
And it also made me realize that now I want to review what I did back then
Mhm.
and make it better, because
Make it
we
better.
never know. We never
Yeah, and
know. And
update it. Update it
upgrade it. That's
because
what I need to do.
update, yeah, upgrade and update because your business has
Update,
changed
update.
since then, right? And maybe you have more employees, maybe you already have someone who you could entrust with some more delicate tasks in your business in case something happened to you again,
Hmm.
you know. So yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for sharing that, Marife. It's really, I mean, it's so new, this, and I know I have to create awareness first in people, in online business owners, for them to acknowledge and recognize that they need this, because sure, when everything goes well, we think we're invincible and nos comemos el mundo, as we say in Spanish. We eat the world, but things can happen, anytime, any place, to anyone. And guys, if you're listening, if you're a business online business owner, you need to have this in place. So
Right. Also for
apart,
me,
yeah,
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, please.
No, I was going to say that also for me, an important element was what was going to happen if, in the event that I pass. Like, do I want my business to end? Do I want my business to continue? Can that be doable? Because I
Mhm.
was thinking of my responsibility as a business owner. Back then, I had 7 full-time employees, and we were a dozen between full-time and part-time. And I said, it's not fair for all these people that have been loyal to me for years, to all of a sudden, hey, you don't have a job no more.
Yeah, yes.
You see, I was like, no, if I can actually find a way to make this happen. And in my case, my daughter, she chose a different profession for her own career, and
Mhm.
she's is not involved in this aspect of type of industry. She's in the health industry, and
Industry.
we're obviously
Mhm.
in service and marketing.
Mhm.
So I realized that I could actually create a system where she could inherit, but make it possible for the business to continue without her needing to be involved. And that flow, like that map, really took me a lot of time.
Yeah,
And
I can imagine.
Yes, and that's something that people may want to think of as well, because it's not only about you, it's also about the people that you care.
Yes.
Actually that's why you do it, because
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, we
mhm,
do a testament, we do a will, we regulate what happens to our house, our car, our pets, our plants, but we so often forget to regulate what happens to our business as well, you know. And even in your case, you even have employees, and you care about them, and they're like your family, and you want them to be taken care of in case something happens to you or you're not there anymore. So yeah, that's very important. And actually cover that too in my business backup, you know, the different scenarios and situations and options you have. But of course, I'm not a professional. You know, if you need legal advice or whatever, then seek a professional in that. But it's well worth to you know, to think of that kind of those kind of scenarios and situations, because you never know, right?
you never
So
know.
besides learning the valuable lessons life gives us through this kind of tragic life events, like you know, the focus on what really matters in our lives, to prioritize family and friends. Marife, if you had to give a fellow onlinepreneur a fellow online business owner your most valuable piece of advice on how to protect their business and its continuity against their unexpected absence, what would it be? What's the first thing an entrepreneur should do when confronted with a similar situation like yours?
Hmm. It,
Google. Google it.
listen, Google your name. Hey, Google your plan, your backup plan.
Oh, my
Seriously.
name. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm telling you, what you created is it's I think
Oh,
it's
thank
super,
you.
super, super useful.
Thank you so much.
I think it's something that everybody should have if you are ahead of of your own business, or work for yourself as a
Mhm.
solopreneur, entrepreneur, serialpreneur.
Serialpreneur, yeah. I like that. I mean, you have done so many things. You've earned the title serialpreneur. So, okay, just to sum that piece up. So, guys, tragedy and unexpected life events can strike at any time. As business owners, we need to make sure that our business and income is protected in the event that we are unable to work for a longer period of time, be it because illness, accident, or loss of a loved one, because that can throw us off our wagon as well. So,
Hmm.
for this, we need to have a business backup plan in place for the event of our unexpected absence. So, if you're not sure how to do it or don't know where to start, grab my business backup roadmap to get you started. I will leave the link under the video, or just you can just head over to my Facebook profile and click on my banner to get the link. And yeah, guys, don't delay this. It's important that you get this done. Okay. Okay, I can put in the link here. Okay, there you go. So that's the link, but I will put it underneath the video for anybody who's interested in just getting started, you know. So, whew, that's yeah, that's been quite insightful. I mean, your experience and what you've gone through is just so valuable, you know, especially the part of reinventing yourself and making the best out of your situation, and then working on your mindset and not blame everybody else, or not even blame you. I mean, it's not a question of blaming anybody when you get, you know, when you get an illness like the big C. So, but it's so inspiring to hear you talking about this, Marife, really. So for anybody, I mean, how can anybody get in touch with you? I mean, do you do I know you're a speaker, so are you available to book as a speaker?
Yes, yes. Eh, Being a public speaker, it's something that I really love and enjoy. I try to speak as often as I can. That's why I'm an active member of Toastmasters International, which is an organization around the world that promotes public speaking and management and leadership. You can contact me through my
Facebook or
I was gonna say yes, Facebook, but I was gonna say
or
webpage. I just didn't.
you
Yes,
mean this one? No, hold on.
that
Let
one
me
is
put
my
that
business. That one is my
underneath. So
business.
next step PR, which stands for puertorico.com, right? That's it.
Exactly.
Okay. And guys, you can follow Marife on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, it's so inspiring to watch her posts, her story, and you can also learn a lot about influencer marketing, because that is coming hot. And also, what's very interesting is the 80s are coming back too, which I think you've made a couple of posts about that and even did a presentation. So anybody interested, Marife's she's going on a book tour. She's available to book as a speaker. So just connect with her on Instagram or social media. Instagram is Dr. Marife Mendez, right? And
That is
Instagram
correct.
is just Facebook is Marife Mendez. Okay, so let's do something fun. Just
Let's
a
do it.
fun fact. You've been to a karaoke and you like going to karaoke. Well, so what's your favorite song to sing in a karaoke? Tell us.
Oh my God, that is an amazing question. I went karaoke with my friends on Monday, and I realized that I usually choose a song from 60s 70s a rock a band from the United States that was called the Doors with
Yeah,
Jim
everybody knows
Morrison,
the Doors.
like
Okay.
right, like come on baby, light my fire, come on
Yeah.
baby,
Okay.
light my fire. And I sometimes I sing that song, but this time I chose She Lives on Love Street. And I realized that I love the song, but it's not the best song that I sing. Next time I'm gonna stick to another song that I like a lot, and it's from In Excess. It was an
Oh,
Australian group in the 80s.
yeah. Yes, I
And
know.
the song that I like is that one. Hold on, let me see. I'm singing it in my head. I'm wondering what's the title.
Well,
Tear Us
sing it.
Apart. Tear Us Apart.
Tear Us Apart. Okay. I'm not sure I know that one. Probably if I hear it, I'll recognize it. Okay. Okay, that's awesome. From Inixus, Tear Us Apart. If anybody's interested in listening into it. I know mine used to be, I mean, back in my, early 20s, I used to sing the song from Flashdance. Flashdance? Yeah. You know that one. What a feeling.
That's a good one.
I love that one. I would boom, I would yeah. I
I
had fireworks in my head and everything.
I think it's interesting that when people do karaoke, I see that the majority of the people usually chooses songs that are not recent songs, are songs that
Mhm.
stick with you.
Yeah,
And
because the recent songs. I mean, yeah, you could do Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, but there's so much, how you say it. the voices are not so real anymore. They're all gone through the computer and
Right.
computerized and everything, and it's not so easy to sing them.
No.
I mean, I did. I'm pretty good, but but yeah, what is there? And there, I mean, since the pandemic, there hasn't been much music going on and concerts and everything. So
It's coming back. It's slowly coming
it's
back.
coming back, yeah. Oh, let me just quickly check the comments. Ritzel says, "Yeah, Dr. M is a warrior. She sure is. She's an Amazon." I love
Ooh, I like that.
karaoke, says Ritzel. Fave song, "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi. Ah, see, she's Asian. I
It's
mean,
my
Asians, they love
life.
karaoke. Yeah, okay, "It's My Life." Yeah, that's a great song too.
See?
All right. So, guys, I think that's it. I mean, this was, thank you so much, Marife, for being here, for you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Feel free to share your takeaways and aha moments and in the comments section. And also, any questions you might have. And if you found this valuable, like it and share it with your friends. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel because I'm aiming to 101 subscribers by the 10th of October. But anyway, share it, like it, share it with your family, friends, and other online business owners who you think might benefit from Marife's hero story. Okay, so Ritzel says, "Thank you, Dr. M, for sharing." Yes, I can. I subscribe to that. Thank you so much,
No,
Marife.
thank you for giving me the
Gracias, amigo.
opportunity.
Dios te bendiga, and see you soon. See you in the online
Gracias.
space.
Un
Bye,
abrazo.
everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Chao, chao.